Hi, I'm John Fitzgerald and welcome to this week's edition of Teen Talk. I'm going to tell you the most important word for your success. You ready? The most important word for your success is no. No. That's the most important word. And it's the most important word because no will shape you, will craft you, will create the game inside you that causes you to reach and grow and reach and grow all the time. And I look back to when I was a kid starting in real estate as a 17-year-old. My mentor, George Margoles, a fantastic guy, still alive today, and I still love seeing him. We catch up often for a coffee. And I remember him saying to me when we first started in this business, he said, "John, most important thing I can teach you, learn to like your dislikes." Now, as a real estate agent, and I started work as a real estate agent, a 17-year-old real estate agent, he said to me, "What are your dislikes?" Well, I had two dislikes. I hated getting up early. As a 17-year-old, you do. And I absolutely hated knocking on doors for listings, which is what real estate agents have to do. So he said, "Okay, I want you to do two things. Number one, I want you to get up early every day." That's what I did. Started getting up at 6 a.m. and I've been doing it for the last 30 years. And number two, I want you to go and knock on doors and don't come to the office until you've got one or two listings. Well, I hated that because no was facing me at every door. I was walking up the path waiting for a no, anticipating that no. And you know, I've spoken about these attachments, beliefs and fears. Here's this fear as a 17-year-old of being rejected, of being abused, of failing. No one likes that. No one likes that. But he used to say to me, when I used to tell him, "George, I hate this. Learn to like your dislikes." No, George, I really hate this. Learn to like your dislikes. George, no one can like being rejected. No one can like failing. No one can like being abused. No one can like that. No one can like no, constant no. Learn to like your dislikes. This went on for weeks, felt like months. Now, he was saying it, but I wasn't hearing it. He was saying, learn to like your dislikes, but I just wasn't accepting that. Hey, what does he mean? What does he mean? It was one weekend, you know, you get to that litmus test where you're just about ready to give up. And in fact, part of your mind has sort of said, I'm going to give up. That's enough. This business isn't for me. No one likes this. And who the hell ever made $1 million knocking on doors? Well, I'll tell you a story about that a little bit later too. I remember though sitting down on the weekend, ready to hand in my resignation on the Monday, and I actually thought about what he must have said to me 100 times when I complained. Learn to like your dislikes. And I asked myself the most important question, how would I learn to like my dislikes? Well, I have to treat this as a game. I like playing games. So when I knock on doors, and I might expect to be abused, get rejected, etc., it could be a game. How can I turn it around? How can I make it a positive experience? And then something clicked inside. When I knocked on doors, rather than asking for something, maybe I should just give something. And everything sort of changed for me. My attitude changed. So that when I was walking up the path, scared to ask for a listing or ask for the order, ask for anything, I was walking up the path, excited to say to the person, hey, it's a fantastic day. I hope you have a fantastic day. And to put a bit of a sparkle in their day, in their life. I went from being the person who was about to resign to being one of the, in fact, the most successful real estate agent in my whole area. And not just in my own suburb, in about 6 suburbs near me. Why? Because I had all the listings. And guys, I could tell you the specific stories of that. It's just incredible. But it took so many no's and the coaching of my mentor to realise I have to enjoy the no, and to be able to get the no but not take it personally, not to worry about the fear, not to worry about the rejection, not to worry about the failure. And it stood me instead as a real estate agent. And then later on, when I decided I wanted to grow from being a real estate agent to becoming a property developer and developing properties, I remembered that I was living on the Gold Coast at the time and I needed to get some capital behind me. I was a 21, 22-year-old. So I decided, well, I'll do what I'm good at and I like doing. I started knocking on doors in Sydney. And my spiel when I knocked on doors was, hey, you know, you don't know me, I'm John Fitzgerald. I want you to loan me $3 million so I can go and buy and sell real estate. People laughed at me. It didn't worry me. I got 20 doors shut on me, 20 no's before the 21st door was a yes. Became a mentor of mine. We did hundreds of millions of dollars of business together. No is the most important word for success. And like anyone who's been successful, they've learned not only to deal and cope with failure, they've learned to enjoy it. They've learned to enjoy it because it takes them one step closer to success. So as I was knocking on doors and getting no's, well, that's one less door. And you know what happened? I started knocking on the 21 doors, and as I started knocking on the doors, this is over a period of about 2 months, as I started knocking on the doors, my introduction and my whole thing went from 15 minutes down to about, I got it down to about 5 minutes. And the 21st door I knocked on, I remember, which was the one that opened, I remember the chairman of the company saying to me, right, you've got 5 minutes. And I said to him, it's okay, I only need 36 seconds. And I gave him the whole pitch in 36 seconds. And one day, I'll give you that pitch as well. What's the most important thing? No is the most important thing. Because if I had had yes all the way, it wouldn't have prepared me for adversity, wouldn't have prepared me for change, wouldn't have prepared me for really growing and growing and growing. And as Warren Buffett says, 82 years of age, when they say to him, hey Warren, how come you still go to work? Oh, he said, I've never gone to work. I go to school every day. Go there to learn to grow. Thanks for listening to me.